Behaviors are going to have to change, and this is one thing we're asking companies. You have to force behaviors, and at BlackRock we are forcing behaviors. If you don't achieve these levels of impact, your compensation could be impacted. You have to force behaviors. And if you don't force behaviors, whether it's gender or race, you're going to be impacted, and we're going to have to force change.
So DEI is out. Trump common sense investing is in. That was billionaire BlackRock CEO Larry Fink back in 2017 saying he's forcing DEI on his company and others. But now he's telling Fox News' Bret Baier that fostering these woke reforms wasn't BlackRock's intention.
Do you believe the woke era a failed experiment? The ESG, the DEI, the kind of push for that. When you talk about things now, you talk in a practical sense, what we can do, what we can get done. Looking back at that, how do you see it?
Society moves, the pendulum moves all the time. In BlackRock's cases, we are responsible for managing money for everybody. And even today, as you said, maybe these, renewables are less talked about it. Do I believe the pendulum 5 years ago was too far? Yes.
You do?
I believe we're more I'm personally more pragmatic too. And I believe.
But do you think BlackRock pushed some companies a little bit further left than you thought?
It was never our intention, because our job is to be, I got to be a fiduciary to everybody who gives us money. I think society has moved into a better position of having more pragmatism, and what you're hearing from me is I'm echoing what we're hearing from our clients.
Let's welcome Fox News contributor Joe Concha. Joe, always great to see you. So I'm listening to Larry Fink here, and I'm like, okay, he's seen the light. But pardon me if I'm suspect of this complete 180. What say you?
I think that, Jackie, and thanks for having me, Larry Fink realized that alienating half the country through these policies is bad for business. No, by the way, it makes no sense. I mean, you look at all these companies that have eliminated their DEI policies, for example, Tractor Supply, John Deere, Harley Davidson, Target, Walmart, Lowe's, Ford, Coca-Cola, S&P 500 companies saying that this is not good for business in general, because any company, any business, any government position, Jackie, should be based on one cold, hard mandate. Who's the best person for the job? Regardless of their color, regardless of their sexual orientation, who's best for the job? And more companies are realizing that a merit-based system is the best system for their business in terms of success. Woke is dead, and I think that the Donald Trump election of 2024 helped solidify that, and that's why Larry Fink is singing a much different tune than he did 8 years ago, Jackie.
Right. Whether they like it or not, woke is dead, Joe, and I think that's the crucial part of this. But it's not just ESG and DEI. Larry Fink got wrong. He's now backtracking also on his tariffs doomsday predictions. A lot of people are having to eat their hats here. Listen to this.
The biggest thing that we are missing here in the United States is the inflationary backdrop that if the tariffs are instituted over the next 5 months, I think we're going to see very elevated inflation. Recent economic activity showing that there's a weakening. We are going to start seeing the impact of these tariffs that are going to start impacting the economy over the course of the next 5 months.
That took almost, close to 9 months from the time we had Liberation Day to maybe when the Supreme Court came out with their ruling. I think the market adjusted very rapidly. I mean, we did not see the inflation that we thought we were going to see because of the tariffs.
The market did adjust, Joe, and he was wrong. So finally here, he's coming to his senses, it seems.
It seems, yeah. And remember, that was about a year ago, Jackie, right? That was April 2nd, I believe, of 2025. The Trump tariff war began, and we heard from so many people in very powerful positions. BlackRock is a behemoth, as you know, covering business for many years, that this would destroy the economy, that we go to the Great Recession of 2008 all over again. The stock market would crash. At that time, it dropped to about 36,000. The stock market still is now, what, 47, 48,000? It's gone up quite nicely. The tariffs have not had the type of impact that many, many people like Larry Fink predicted. And again, he's eating crow with sprinkles at this point, because obviously that was a bet that many people thought was going to happen, and it simply did not happen, as we're seeing now, Jack.
Crow with sprinkles. That's not one you see on the menu often. Joe Concha, always great to have you. Thank you. All right, listen.